people will fight to the death. Literally, it's not it's not figurative. It's not a figure of speech. We see war going on in the world all the time, and sometimes it becomes more of a local thing, and you can have neighbourly disputes. You can have arguments on Twitter. They're all the same principle. It's people trying to prove their point right. And do you know what? For most of my life, I have been extraordinarily sensitive about things. I'm not going to lie. I've lived quite a feminized upbringing, but you know what I've actually come to realize it's actually within my power, and it's certainly within yours as well, should you choose to adopt this strategy. It's actually really easy, much easier than you'd imagine, to look at whatever situation you're in and laugh. The power of laughter. We all know how transformative it can be, how useful it can be, and how easily, it can be deployed. Because I think the most important thing, actually, regardless of what's going on in your life, is to be able to rise above certain situations, to actually look at them as objectively as you can, and realize actually that whatever situation you're in, you can work your way out of it actually very, very simply. And this is another strategy that goes along really well with laughing at things. It's actually taking a stand and saying what it is that you want out of the situation. And you will be amazed if you actually calmly and reasonably, in a sophisticated way, can say, right, well, this is the situation as it currently stands. We've agreed X, Y, Z, and this is what I'm going to do. And you're perfectly welcome to come along with me. And if you don't want to, then that's your prerogative, that's your choice. But this is how I'm going to approach things. I'm going to be a reasonable human being, or in a lot of cases, have a laugh. There are people, I know, I'm an Englishman, terrible teeth, terrible. I didn't get braces when I was younger, but to be honest, I'm kind of glad about that. It's actually all a bit of a con. But there are certain people that when I've made a comment on Twitter, and they'll come back and say, your teeth, oh my God, they're so terrible. And it's like, well, okay. Mwah. Laugh. Because honestly, people may try and embroil you in their grief, in their resentment, in their misery, in their bitterness, whatever it is that's going on with them, because there are some people that do genuinely just like to complain. It's their currency, it's what they do. And you're going to encounter people like that all over the place. But you can choose not to be part of that, and you can come back to these people and say, okay, thanks very much, thank you for sharing, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for the feedback, blah, 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 blah. Don't feed, the devil on your shoulder. Feed the angel on your shoulder. It's a much better way. And it's all part of wishing people well, because people are going through, unseen battles. They've got stuff going on in their lives, none of which you'll ever really know about. So choose to stand up, and as I say, you will be amazed that when you stand up for yourself, that you speak calmly, politely, and sincerely. No matter how much you think that you resent the person, you'll be amazed at how disarming that can be to a situation. Be the better person.